All right, Ralph here. Boricua Sense. This episode is brought to you in part by the good folks at Trumbull. And today, we're going to go over this week's rotation. Let's just go ahead and do this really quick. I had some folks ask me questions, and hopefully I will give you some answers right now. So, let's begin. Monday. Well, right off the bat, as you may or may not know, I live in Georgia. North Georgia, to be precise. And the weather here basically sucks. It can be one day 30 and the next day could be 70. Or like this morning, it was 36 this morning. And by this afternoon, it felt like it was 77. That's how it is here. I don't know how it is elsewhere. I'm sure there's places it's the same, but it's such a pain in the ass. But nonetheless, if I remember correctly, Monday was, I can't remember if it was warm or not. I really can't remember. But I was supposed to be assigned in an indoor environment. So I went with Armav's Odyssey Aqua. I wanted something, safe for an office setting. And so yes, I went easy on the sprays. And lo and behold, as I'm on my way in, I was notified that I did not have to report, so I could stay outside like I prefer, tend to my duties. So what did I do? I went back home and I went nut spraying. So I was like, I'm gonna get something. This one smells beautiful. Total aquatic, total awesomeness. You're gonna get, at least I got maybe 6.5, 7 hours out of this. I went home for lunch. I did a couple of sprays, maybe not a lot, but enough to get me through the day. But yeah, this is awesome. This one's beautiful. If you don't have this, I would highly encourage you to get this. Odyssey Aqua. All right, Tuesday. Same scenario, same type of day. Stupid cold in the morning, warm in the afternoon. I've had this one, and I took it for a spin. This Shiyaka Shadow. Hot Latch Shiyaka Shadow. Now, factoid. You all know that this is duping Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Cobalt. Well, I have that one. I've had it for a number of years, so it's matured. So nobody can say it has not or whatever. This one, not only did I outperform it, but I prefer this one because it has a brighter opening. Throughout, it's basically, the dry down is basically the same thing, but for the first few hours, this was brighter, and it lasts longer. And I know that to be extremely true because I did a side-by-side test on this. I sprayed this arm with this arm with Carolina Herrera. A few hours later, Carolina Herrera had left the building. Hot Latch was still with me. Just a little food for thought. If you're in the market for this one, I was very hesitant because I have the original, and then I saw it on the cheap, and I picked it up, and I'm glad I did. So yeah, Hot Latch Shiyaka Shadow. I think I got the dates right. Wednesday. This one, it doesn't get talked about a lot. It doesn't get talked about enough. This is by Rasasi, and this is Yum. Some people say Yum. Some people say Yumin. So I just say it's Yumin. Yumin. I don't know. This one, I will say, I told a couple of buddies of mine, I think I did a follow-up video to this. This thing is, I'm not gonna say it's the forthcoming apocalypse, but this thing is right there. This thing gave me, yes, this was Wednesday. I wore this Wednesday because I worked. Wednesday was a 12-hour day. I remember now. And this thing was with me the entire day and then some. I'm talking like I would purposely move, and I got a whiff. I'm like, holy crap. We are in hour number 12 and this thing's still kicking. This is, you're gonna get a lot of different scents out of this one. You get your YSLs, you get your lavender heavy scents, you get a lot of stuff going on here. I can't say it's a dupe of anything because I don't have anything in my collection that smells like this. I have several that smell slightly, if you combine 87, you may get that, but that kind of kills the fun. So I'm thinking I treat this as an original. This thing is beautiful, and I can't believe how long this thing lasted. I've worn it a handful of times, but I never really made a purpose to see how long this thing lasted. And this thing gave me 12 plus hours. So I got this at Amazon for $18. This is, Versace. You really can't go wrong with Versace. It's yum. All right, Thursday. I saw a video of this one on TikTok, and the gentleman that was talking about it, he's spoken about some that I really like, and this one is no exception. This is by and for 1950 Alpha. I'm sorry, All Nighter Alpha. This is Tonka heavy, and maybe my honker broke at some point, but I'm picking up. It's either an iris or a lavender. I don't know, but it's not listed on the notes. But this one smells really good, and it's Big Brother. I think it's called Ultra or Ultimate, the black bottle. Very nice. Yeah, this one's good too. This one gave me 8 hours on the safe. This one smells really good. Yeah, and for 1950. And Friday, today, this one surprised me. How can I? This one is the one that everybody does not like, or a lot of people don't like this one. This is one of the newer ones by the Hawass line by Versace. This is Atlantis. A lot of people don't like that one. I like it a lot. I think what happened was people were thinking this is going to be another, fun boy party, little fruity, coconutty, yakimon type deal. And when they spread it, it was like, oh my gosh, this is like some shit a man would wear. I don't like it. Well, good, because I like it. To me, it's very masculine. And I'll tell you exactly. Great, I just got a whole bunch in my hand. Oh man. Okay, stay with me here. Go back to the 80s. I want you to think of you remember when you went to your buddy's house in the 80s and they had a basement or maybe a living room. A lot of the 80s houses, you walked in the front door and then you had to step down to the living room area, and you had the big ass wood TV that took up the whole side of the house, and you put plants and shit on top of it because it was so big. Typically Curtis Mathes brand. And you walked down and you sat down in that weird felt material sofa, and it had a weird smell. I don't know if it's a combination of they smoked inside the house, or maybe the cigarettes got in their clothes and they sat down and it smelled, but not dirty. It's more mossy, earthy type smell. That's what this reminds me of on the initial. I like it because it's such an 80s smell to this honker. Late 70s, 80s, all the way. Now, if you're in my age bracket, I'm 55, you can probably picture what I'm trying to say. Well, the cool thing about this thing, which was like, holy crap, it starts like that, but then the dry down, when it's after, 3 or 4 hours, you're gonna get aquatic, like the original Hawass or maybe Hawass Ice. That's what you get on the dry down, way down, which is like crazy how they did that. So I like this one a lot. Now here's the only thing that kind of surprised me. It didn't last as long as I was thinking and or hoping it would. I got maybe 6.5, 7 hours maybe. That's about how much I got, which is pretty good, but with Versace, typically, you expect a lot more. But nonetheless, and it's gone through its process. I have no doubt about it, because I've had this now for a minute. I don't know if the light can pick up the little dent because I've sprayed it enough and all this, but I like the crap out of that. And, don't let the bad reviews fool you. If you want something completely different, like they put out Viper. To me, that is like nose punishment. I bought 2 decants because right when it first came out, because I was excited, I wanted to smell it, and when I smelled it, I was like, it's like I felt like up here, and I was kind of like, oh god, it's horrible. I'm sorry, but it is horrible. Everybody says, oh, I love a good cannabis note. Well, again, you guys know what I do for a living. I hate that smell. The smell of burned cannabis, marijuana, whatever you want to call it. To me, it smells horrible. I can maybe tolerate when it's not burnt. I don't know, but the smell is just absolutely horrible. And it has just a hint of that. Everything else that's in there, it just it's no, I can't do that one. And I've heard nothing but horror stories when it comes to London. I'm not even gonna bother with that. I'm not gonna bother with Cobra. So I have enough dupes of what they're duping. So no. And I hear about this new Chrome that's coming out. I got a list of the notes, and I'm just not really as excited as a lot of people are. Anyway, so that's this week's rotation. Out of this week, the biggest shocker was this one, Yum. That was the biggest shocker. I was expecting a little more of this, and same for this. But nonetheless, they were awesome. I'll wear them again, of course. No doubt about that. This one, same. I'm gonna be rocking this one. But yeah, if you see this, I'd encourage you to get it. So, all right. Till next time. Later.